I think Boris Johnson and the Bank of England are very right to be concerned about a wage price spiral, because I do remember it from the 1970s and it is utterly damaging. And also, I think, you know, when Boris Johnson was talking about that if there is the wage price spiral, then it will lead to higher interest rates, and we don't want that. And I think, again, he's right. And as I say, it's not just Boris Johnson that's concerned about the wage price spiral, it is also the Bank of England. And the governor, that is Andrew Bailey, has been saying for several weeks now that if people just push for higher wages, of course, he will have to put up interest rates. There's not much he can do about the increase in energy prices. I mean, the bank can't do very much about that. They can't do very much about the increase in fuel prices. But at least by putting up interest rates and dampening activity, they hope to dampen the wage price spiral, which they do regard as very damaging. So I would say that as a first point.
And you mentioned the 70s, by the way. Just whilst we're talking, I'll just pop onto the screen, actually, a couple of graphics I think we've got from the 70s. But some viewers, Ruth, they won't be as familiar as what you are in terms of when you're referring to the 70s. So just very briefly explain to people what did happen in the 70s. I'm showing you, by the way, inflation. You can see the spike there. That was the 70s. But
well, I was working in the Treasury in the early 70s, believe it or not. And then the mid-70s, I was in the Civil Service College. Price inflation.
Was that your fault then, this massive spike that I'm seeing there?
That's probably one of my diagrams.
Right.
But, I mean, joking apart, inflation peaked at about 25%. I remember having a pay rise of 30%, believe it or not. I think it was in 1975. And you'd go to a shop and they didn't even have printed menus anymore for the prices. They just pencil them in. It was inflation and the wage price spiral. So we don't want a repetition of that.